Welcome to the Hollywood Secrets information. In this video we are diving deep into some of the beloved faces who helped make the Police Academy films a pop culture phenomenon, and who have since tragically passed away. Today we'll honor their lives, revisit the parts they played and remember the human stories behind the uniforms and punchlines. If you're here for a thoughtful, nostalgia-filled trip through the careers and legacies of these actors, you're in the right place. And don't forget like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of deep dive. 1. Bubba Smith. Many casual fans know Bubba Smith as the massive, lovable muscle from the Police Academy films, though he was first famous as an NFL defensive end and Pro Bowler. Bubba's size and timing made him an unforgettable physical presence on screen. He could play the straight face in a gag or deliver a collapsing, pratfall-style punchline with perfect comic timing. Off-camera he was remembered as warm, generous, and candid about the challenges athletes face after pro sports. Tragically, Bubba Smith passed away in 2011. Autopsy and subsequent reports discussed acute drug intoxication and other health problems, and later examinations also found evidence of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, a condition linked to repeated head trauma in football players, a sobering reminder of the physical toll behind the glamour. His legacy lives on in the way he brought genuine heart to broad comedy. 2. David Graff. For many fans, David Graff was the hyper-competent weapons-obsessed cadet whose explosive one-liners became franchise staples. Graff's delivery made Tackleberry both scary and oddly lovable, and the role helped define the Police Academy tone, broad, cartoony, but rooted in character work. Outside the films, Graff was active in the Screen Actors Guild and remembered as a hard-working pro who loved his craft. He died suddenly of a heart attack in 2001 while attending a family wedding, a shock to colleagues and fans alike. His performances remain a masterclass in how physicality and timing define comedic character acting. 3. George Gaines. George Gaines' Commandant Lassard is the warm, eccentric center of the Police Academy universe, absent-minded but kind, baffled but fundamentally caring. Gaines brought theater and operatic training to every role, and his decades of stage and screen work gave Lassard a grounded dignity even in the sillier moments. Gaines had a long, fascinating life and career, born in Europe, a multilingual performer, and one of those character actors whose resume reads like a journey through 20th century entertainment. He died at an advanced age in 2016, leaving behind memories of a performer who could both sing and make us laugh with remarkable subtlety. 4. Marian Ramsay. Marian Ramsay gave life to Officer Laverne Hooks, whose soft, breathy delivery and deadpan reactions were a recurring delight throughout the series. Laverne's understated humor was a contrast to the franchise's louder tomfoolery, and that balance made the ensemble feel like a real group of mismatched friends. Ramsay's career spanned television and stage. She brought musicality and timing to every scene. She passed away in 2021, and fans remember not just the laugh but the humanity she gave the character. 5. Deborah Lee Scott. Deborah Lee Scott was a talented performer who turned up in a number of 1970s, 80s TV shows and films, including appearances connected to the Police Academy era. Her career was bright early on, but later personal struggles affected her life. She died in 2005, and accounts after her death mention that she'd battled health and addiction issues which contributed to her early passing. Her story is a reminder of how fragile an acting career, and life, can be, even for people who gave audiences a lot of joy. 6. Ted Ross. Ted Ross was best known for a Tony-winning turn on Broadway as the Lion in The Wiz, but his gift for character and musicality carried over into film and television. He made impressions wherever he appeared, a performer with a big voice and big presence. His later years were marred by health issues following a stroke. He died in 2002. Though not a Central Police Academy regular, Ross is one of those performers whose presence in the era's film and TV landscape deserves remembering. 7. Andrew Rubin. Andrew Rubin played Cadet George Martin in the original 1984 Police Academy, the kind of supporting role that bolstered the ensemble with a believable everyman energy. Rubin's career crossed television and film, and he continued to work in the industry for years. He died in 2015 of lung cancer, and obituaries remembered him for his affable on-screen persona and the steady professionalism he brought to supporting roles. 9. Doug Lennox. Doug Lennox was a Canadian character actor and author whose career spanned radio, TV, and film. He popped up in many recognizable projects, including a small part in one of the Police Academy sequels, and later became a familiar voice on Canadian radio and in books about film trivia. He passed away in 2015. Colleagues remember him as a working actor who quietly enjoyed the life of character roles and storytelling off-screen. 10. Stuart Nisp. Stuart Nisp appeared throughout television and film for decades, and he also co-founded a casting agency that helped shape productions behind the scenes. He took small roles in a wide range of projects and passed away in 2016 at the age of 82. Nisp represents the many working actors who show up in beloved films and TV shows, people whose faces are instantly familiar even if their names aren't. His career is a salute to the professional, steady craft of character acting. 11. Don Payne. It's worth pausing on Don Payne because he's a slightly different entry. Don Payne made his mark primarily as a TV and screenwriter, notably for The Simpsons and big studio features, rather than as a Police Academy performer. He died far too young, in 2013, after battling bone cancer. I include him here because lists sometimes conflate Hollywood names, and because remembering writers and behind-the-scenes creators is as important as remembering faces on screen. His death was a loss to comedy writing and blockbuster storytelling. 14. Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee is a name that needs little introduction, a towering figure in horror, fantasy, and classic cinema. Fans might be surprised to learn that Christopher Lee appeared as Commandant Rakov in Police Academy, Mission to Moscow, one of those late franchise cameos that gave the series a touch of unexpected gravitas. Lee died in 2015, leaving behind one of the most prolific and varied screen careers in modern film history. His cameo in the Police Academy franchise is a reminder of how even broadly comic series sometimes bring in heavyweight talent for flavor and contrast. When you watch an old comedy, particularly an ensemble piece like Police Academy, you're watching a community of performers, many of whom took smaller roles to pay the bills, to stay in the game, or to keep working. Those small roles matter. The people we name today, from marquee actors to unbilled character players and international dubbing artists, all contributed to a shared cultural memory. Their departures are felt differently. Some died after long lives and full careers, others left us suddenly or far too early. The way the world remembers them helps keep their work alive. Wherever you encountered these performers, on a rainy afternoon TV rerun, a childhood VHS tape, or a movie night with friends, their work continues to make people laugh, think, and feel.